All right, hey guys, what's up? Hopefully you can't hear the crazy noise outside because they're doing construction in the street and people are all up in my hallway. But anyways, I have a recipe for you today. We're gonna do vegan mac and cheese. I adapted a queso recipe that I saw, how I like it, and we're gonna use that for the sauce. So first things first, get some water boiling. For the macaroni, we'll start getting the topping ready because we're gonna make it a crispy topping. So I'm gonna use the rest of the panko that I have. So it's actually exactly 2 cups of panko. So we'll just put that right in our first blender. Oops. Trying not to spill it everywhere like me. And then I've got about 4 cloves of minced garlic here. There we go. And then you want to use about like a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. You know, this is one of the only unavoidable things that you cannot use something else for. Maybe you know something better, different, let me know. But you have to use oil for this, or you can use vegan butter. So you want to use about 2 tablespoons. So I've only got 1/2 of a tablespoon here, so that's 1 tablespoon, and that's 2. So you just want to pulse that. So that'll be for the top. All right, and so once it sort of looks like it's all covered in moisture like that, you can go ahead and move on to the next step. We'll just put that to the side, and that's going to be for a little bit from now anyways. So my water seems to be getting hot. I'm just going to add the macaroni. So I got 2 cups here. I'm assuming that once this whole meal is said and done, it'll serve about 4 servings. So our next thing is going to be the queso sauce. So got everything pre-made up here. So we've got about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, a tablespoon of chili powder, some ground cumin. I think that's about 1/2 of a teaspoon. 1/2 a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, and then some more garlic. So I put 2 cloves of garlic here. So now we'll just want to take them all, put them in our hand blender. I have the magic bullet here. Works great for sauces because then you can just store them right in here after if you don't use the entire sauce. There's that. And then you'll want to use a chili sauce. I have this chili sauce. It's called, I'm not going to attempt to say that, but it's a brand that we have here. You think you can buy it at the smaller mom and pop shops. So yeah, you want to use about 2 tablespoons of that. That's for spice. If you don't really like spice, either omit this or put maybe just 1 tablespoon. Oh, on top of that, we should be heating up some more water because we need water to mix this around. I really like spice, so I'm gonna put a ton. And then the other thing that we're gonna need, is gonna make this the best, is a cup of cashews. You can use raw cashews, you can use just whatever plain cashews you have around. I've tried this recipe before, last week when I tested it out, and I just used these roasted cashews that I found in the store. It was all that I could find, so that's what I'm gonna use. Probably less expensive than raw cashews. Alright, as I've said before, I really like spice, so I'm gonna add some fresh jalapenos also to the mac and cheese, but I'm not gonna add them until we have to bake the mac and cheese. And again, if I haven't said this already in this video, all of the exact ingredient amounts are going to be in the description. This is a pretty easy one, and honestly, something to impress anybody with, and they'd be amazed at how good this cheese sauce is. Our hot water is ready. Turn that up a bit. Turn this down. We'll just measure out 1/4 of a cup to start to pour in with that. You want to use the least amount of water first, even if it says like 1/4 of a cup or 3/4 of a cup. Just add a little bit at a time, because otherwise it'll be too runny and it won't be as tasty and creamy. So just gonna add in, and then I'll just start blending it. I was saying to somebody the other day, the reason I use just whatever I have around, 2 reasons. I don't have a lot of room in my place, and if it works, why not? So yeah, I don't have all the right mixing bowls and stuff for sizes or for measurements, but I have stuff that works and that are still accurate measurements. So this is just like an example of like everybody can do this. You don't need a bunch of fancy equipment. You just got to be a little bit creative. All right. I can tell right now that I'll need to add a little bit more water. Again, just a little bit at a time. So we've got about 1/4 of a cup, I think. Yeah, not 3/4 of a cup. Did I say that before? But 1/4 of a cup of water. Start. And this queso, you can use this for so many things. You can use it just the traditional way with some chips, salsa on the side, or just dip your chips in them, or your tortilla chips rather. You can also use them, like I used them the other day. I use them for dipping the crust of my pizza. Super good. Yeah. See, I don't eat just like super duper healthy all the time. I eat junk food too, obviously. All right, mix that around a little more. I think I might add like a tiny bit more water because we want to cover up all of this. All right. All right. I would say that is pretty darn creamy, so we've got it pretty well blended up there. And then I wouldn't just add like all of it, depending on how much macaroni you have. Add just how much ever you like. Maybe then you can use it for something else as well. So I'm gonna add this much jalapeno. This is one big one. It's kind of dicey area, you know. I don't really know how spicy those are gonna be. I guess we'll find out. So I'll just add a little bit here. Now I find a couple of dishes to put them in. So I'm going to put them in this and perhaps another one depending on how much space this guy fills up. Oven safe dish, obviously. So just pat that down. Looks like I'm going to need another one of these fun Christmas dishes I've used before for making cakes or banana bread rather. There we go. Perfect. All right, so you want to just pat that down like that. And now for our crunchy top, just sprinkle it on top, push it around with your hands. Get it all the way to the corners. It's like a pie topping, but not. All right, that looks good. Try not to be like me and dump it all over your floor at the same time. Now I've got to clean again. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is just bake that in the oven on 350 for 20 to 45 minutes. I would check on it in 15 minutes, then every 15 minutes from there. And then just what you want to see is this nice and golden brown. So put that in the oven now, do some other stuff, and I'll see you back here in like 1 second, like magic. All right, so that ended up taking like 45 minutes. About halfway through, I turned up the heat on the oven to 450. Again, I think I've mentioned this before in other videos. It's going to depend on how hot your oven gets. Mine seems to get hotter on the top, not as hot on the inside. It is on the top rack as well, but I think we're ready now. Hell yeah. It's perfect. So you want it to look like this. And yeah, so like I said, 45 minutes. I did start at 350, so probably about 20-ish minutes on 350 and then the rest 450. Yeah, but I would check on it often. I checked on it probably every 10 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that you try this. I hope I've inspired you to try something new. And yeah, so like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you want to be notified next time I make a video.